Welcome to Bridgeview Adventures, and it is day number 3 of this barn install from the time that the contractors come on site. As you can tell, they've already dug out, poured the footer, they have framed it up, they're ready to pour concrete, or they've got the sides on it to pour concrete. We have backfill put in to get it up to the correct height so that we have a 4-inch slab. Actually, it's lower than a 4-inch because we're going to have in-floor heating system, so he has to put down this insulation layer of insulation, and then they wrap the tubing that snaps into the grid on that insulation. Then on top of that is where they pour the slab. I came out here myself today. I met with the plumbing contractor. He is going to be out here tomorrow morning to put in all of the in-floor piping and tubing and water lines and whatever has to be done prior to the slab being poured, so that the contractor can pour the slab on this section of the house and it'll be rock and rolling. Myself, so you can see there on the ground, I've got conduit pipe. We have an island in the kitchen, and I have to get electric out to that island, both electric for sockets and electric for the range. So I'm going to run 2 separate lines. I don't know how the code is. I don't know if those 2 lines would have to be in separate conduits. Safe than sorry, I'm going to run 2 of them. So other than that, they are moving along. Since the plumbing wasn't done, as you can see in the background, they went ahead and put the posts up in the barn and the stringers and the top stringer bar. I did notice that at the top, where the top stringer up here goes across the top, everywhere that it meets a column or a post, I do believe code says that you have to put a bolt with nuts and washers to bolt those in. You can't just screw them in with screws. He said that's no problem with him, but I said, well, you just wait and let the inspector tell you that before I tell you that. So he said there's no problem with that. So when he gets that inspected, he'll either be told to fix it or they won't get picky. Who knows? We'll see. Looks like the rest of the material is back there in the background. They got most of it unloaded for most of the items. The metal siding's not here. My wife and I did go and pick out the main front door. That's going to take up to 3 weeks to get here itself. But we got a nice one the way we wanted it, so it is what it is, and it was expensive. So not as expensive as we thought it was going to end up being, but it's expensive. So if you're ever doing a house, you can just figure on your exterior doors or anything you want to look nice on the exterior doors. Anything other than stock off the shelves at a Home Depot or a big chain, it's going to run you. But other than that, I'm going to get this electric line in, and I still haven't decided whether I'm putting a drain in my laundry room or not. I'm kind of tossing that around. The plumber was, he didn't seem all that excited about a drain in the room itself, but I don't know. I'm kind of kicking that around now. But other than that, we're about ready to go. So like I said, this is only day number 3. Day 3. 10 trucks of rock later because it is very muddy out here. As you can tell behind on the other side of this wall, especially right here beside me, it is very muddy. We have had nothing but non-stop rain for the weekends and after that. So it's just been crazy wet, but they're coming out here to do it, and they're working hard. So, hey, if they're willing to work, I'll put rock down for them to drive on. I mean, that's you do what you got to do to get it done. But other than that, we're rolling. I think we did talk to the contractor. We did decide. We sloped down a bit at the end of the barn at the end of it, and just to keep from having water infiltration into the house section of the barn, we're going to have a step down. So when you come out of the front of the house onto the front porch, you will step down about 4 to 5 inches. And when we step into the garage, it'll be down about 4 to 5 inches. And kind of works out the way grade is. It's just how the flatness is. And also it's an issue of just keeping water infiltration from getting into the house, just in case there was ever something to happen outside. It gives you that much more of a layer of protection. But that is about the only change that has been made. Other than that, moving forward, stay tuned, keep watching, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and come along for the ride of the adventure. This is Tony. Later. All right, I'm pretty much done for the day. What I've got here is I've got 2 electrical lines that's coming up. They will come up after we pour the pad. They'll come up inside the wall, inside the 2x6 wall, and it travels under and it comes up over here to the boxes. The string represents the top of concrete, so the boxes will be under concrete, at which time then I'll unscrew the caps and put a flush mount tops on them so it'll look good. They fall underneath the stove in the island anyway, so really doesn't matter. But that's what we did today. I'm tired. I'm going home.